is Prophet Pastor, and I want to greet you all again in the name of Jesus. I want to thank you all for becoming part of my network. I've got a lot of people that have joined me and have become part of my network, my prophetic network. And those of you that have become part of my prophetic network, I greet you all in the name of Jesus. I just want to first thank by thanking some of the people online that have been writing to me online, and I see some of you have gotten my book, Prophecy, Dreams and Visions. You've gotten that book. I see Midred, and I also see Kosi, thanks, you got the book Prophetic Dreams and Visions. You got that book. Your prophetic eyes are going to be open because of that book. And I see Tumelo. I see Isodor, thanks, you got the book. Florence, you got the book. The hundreds and hundreds of people have got that book. I see Traces in the US have got that book. Isodor is also in the US. Isodor has got that book. Florenas also, you've got that book. Lots of people that have got that book, and there are hundreds of them. I see Mba, I see Emmanuel, I see Livu, I see Busisiwe. Wow, there are many names that I could call, but time doesn't permit. I see Kilibi, I've got Abel, I've got Ospats. I see Esogbo, some starting from Nigeria. Wow, that's excellent. Now I'm excited because we are going to be talking about the prophetic thing. Now, before we want to talk about this prophetic thing, I just want to give some time for those of you that have not contacted me to write to me at prophetpastor@gmail.com. The email is on my screen. Write to me. I'll respond to you. I've responded to hundreds and hundreds of people over the last weeks, and I personally respond to you. I personally type your message. I personally type you something. And those of you that want to be part of my sonship program, those of you that want to learn about interpretation of dreams, those of you who are seeking how do I start interpreting dreams, you can write to me. I'm going to show you how to interpret dreams. It's in my book, Prophecy, Dreams and Vision. Now I want to talk about the modern day prophet. I'm a modern day prophet. Not only modern day prophet, I'm a prophet pastor and a modern day prophet. Who is a modern day prophet? Is someone that prophesies the things of the day, that speaks about the things of the day. There are specific things that are happening in this our day, in this our time, and you need a modern day prophet to talk about it. There's a difference between a modern day prophet and a Bible prophet. A Bible prophet talks about the things of the old, or sometimes they talk about the things of the Bible. It talks about the things that the Israel people were talking about, but the modern day prophet talks about things that are happening today and that have an impact on our life today. So that's what I'm about to do. I'm going to be talking about the US election 2020. I'm going to be prophesying about it. Any prophet that doesn't prophesy is not a prophet. A real prophet prophesies. And those of you that want dreams interpretation, write to me. I'll interpret your dreams for you. Now, why is it that the US election matters? Why does it matter? Because many people have asked me, what is happening? Why is the US election? The US election is one of the biggest events that is occurring on the face of the planet. The US election 2020, one of the biggest events that's occurring on the face of the earth. Why does it matter? Because the US is the strongest country in the world. On the face of this planet, the US is the strongest country. And the strongest country always has the strongest leader. Because God knows that the USA is the strongest country in the world. God is going to give them a leader that is his leader. So the presidents of the US are usually not chosen by men, they're chosen by God. God has his hand on that presidency of the US. Whoever is sitting in that White House, God has a hand, and he orchestrates things to happen. And he reveals those things through his prophets. Before God does anything, he reveals them through his prophet. The Bible says, without a vision, my people perish. As I'm going to give you the vision, I'm going to lay it out plain, and you're going to say 2020, what's going to happen? Who is going to win? Is Trump going to win? Is the Democrat going to win? There's a lot of questions I've asked me, who's going to win? Prophet, tell us the mind of God concerning 2020. I'm going to show you. Just keep watching. And if you have not subscribed to this video and keep watching. And the US election is the biggest election, and God's hand is on it. God's hand is on it. And the US election is not about the people of the US. The US election is about the world. It's fought in another realm. It's not fought in the realm of men. The US election is fought in the realm of angels. It's fought in the realm of angels. It's always at that higher realm. That's where that election is always fought. It's fought in the realm of angels. Now, what is actually happening in the White House? The Lord has shown me. I'm looking in the realm of the spirit. I was sitting in my spiritual chariot. As I look at the White House, I see some people that are praying in something that look like a basement in the White House. It's like a small basement. And some people are praying, and these people, they look like rabbis that came all the way from Israel, and they are praying inside the White House. And because they're praying inside the White House, they have brought thousands of angels with them inside the USA. There are thousands of angels that have been brought in by those rabbis and are inside the US, and as they are praying in that White House, the media doesn't show this. Nobody can see this. It takes the eye of a scorpion to see this kind of thing. And God has given me the eye of a scorpion. It's a prophetic eye to see. They are praying in the basement, and that those rabbis are linked to some of the people of Trump's side, of the president's side, Donald Trump's side, and he has invited them. So no matter what Trump does, no matter the kind of crime that he commits, no matter the kind of thing that he does, because of the prayers of that rabbi, the people in America, their brain has been switched and is thinking very differently. So even if you see the president of America, they say he has committed a crime, because of those rabbis and the angels that they have brought, they have captured that soul, the soul of the American people. They are thinking very differently. They will only realize this after the election, what is actually happening, because those angels have held their soul. It's controlling their soul. One angel can capture 1 million soul. One angel. When I say capture, it means that they can make that soul to think in a particular manner, that telepathic. They can present a particular thought into that soul, so that something needs to happen. And those rabbis, they are praying. They are all praying facing Israel. And there are some rabbis in Israel that are connected to that rabbi in the White House. Those rabbis in Israel are praying. They are praying facing Jerusalem. And the rabbis in Jerusalem that are connected to that one, those ones in Israel, are all praying facing the Table Mount. And the rabbis in the Table Mount are all praying facing the Ark of the Covenant, the Ark that God gave David. That connection that is coming from the Ark of the Covenant inside the temple, that temple that Solomon built, inside that temple, that power is flowing right down to the White House. That is why I'm telling you, there's something that's happening in the realm of the spirit right now. I'm telling you, it's fought in the realm of angels. It's not fought in the realm of men. No politics, no media can change that power. That force is very strong of those rabbis, and those rabbis have not shown their faces. They are old rabbis, very old rabbis. They have not shown their faces because they have been told and they were instructed not to show their face to the media. So nobody has seen them. Nobody has seen those rabbis. But because of the eyes of the scorpion, I've seen those rabbis. Buy my book, Prophecy, Dreams and Visions. Is going to show you those things. Now, 3,000 angels. So 2020, who is going to cross the line? Just keep watching. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen in 2020, the election in 2020. Who's going to cross the line? Because there are 5 things against Trump, 5 things against the president. 1, the media. The media is attacking, has continued to attack. Matter of fact, they're going to attack to the point where it will just be like a song in the media in the US to attack the president. They're going to attack him everywhere, every day. The media. There'll be people, just common people, that are going to go on the street and start fighting against the president, meaning that they're going to start fighting and beating up people. Meaning, if you say you want to vote for the president, they're going to start beating you up. That's the second group of people. The third group of women, I see some group of women, I don't know who these women, but they're coming and saying they're going to fight against the president, to bring down the president. The women are going to bring down the president, try to bring down the president. There's business people that are going to say that no, they want this president to go down. They want to destroy this president. And then the last are the lawmakers in the US. The lawmakers in the US are going to gather and they're going to say, we're going to stop this president. All those forces are going to be fighting, because I see something like a lion and it's running against another old person, somebody that's like with a bald head, another old person. And in 2020, I'm looking at that. I'm looking in the realm of the spirit. I'm saying, who is going to cross that line? Because on election day, something is going to happen. On election day, those thousands of angels that have come from Israel, let me tell you something. Israel has the highest number of angels. The highest number of angels that you can ever imagine is Israel. The second country, the highest number of angels, in the US. The US has the second highest number of angels. There's a reason that God has done that. So when I look at who crosses the line, I see the race is so tight, and I even see sometimes are showing as if the Democrats are leading. They are leading. On the night of the election, the result will be surprising, because all the statistics will show that the Democrats are going to win. All the media, all the analysts will say the Democrats are going to win. Everywhere they're going to say the Democrats are going to win. The day before the election, they're going to say the Democrats are going to win. Everywhere the Democrats are leading. When it comes to the day of the election, something is going to happen. I told those 3,000 angels that came from Israel, they're going to go in and they're going to start doing something very, very spectacular. They're going to start changing the minds of the people on the eve of the election. So that when the people get up in the morning to go and vote, because there will be long queues voting, they'll just find themselves voting for Donald Trump without even knowing it. I'm not a fan of Donald Trump. Matter of fact, I don't even think he's like the proper president. I don't think he's got everything to become a president. I don't even think he's got 10% of what it takes to be a president. I'm not a fan. But I'm telling you that something is going to happen. On that day of the election, those angels are going to take control of those souls. When those people go and stand to vote, even when the day before they said we're going to vote for another person, they'll find themselves voting for Donald Trump on the day of the election. And when the results will come out, the analysts will say this: they cannot understand, because something doesn't make sense. Because the day before the election, everybody was saying they're going to vote for this other candidate. But on the election day, the people voted for Donald Trump. Why? I'll tell you why. And I'll tell you why Donald Trump will cross the line, meaning that he's going to be victorious. Listen to me very well. Speaking prophetically, he's going to be victorious in 2020, during the US election 2020. On the night of the election, there's going to be a result announced, and that night is going to be Donald Trump has been re-elected as president. The newscasts are going to announce it, and you're going to see flashlights. Why is Donald Trump re-elected? Those angels have got one thing. The US election is because of Israel. Jesus is coming very soon, so God is sending his people right now, and he says, go to Israel. I want you to build the temple, to rebuild the temple. Remember, the temple of Solomon was destroyed. It was destroyed 2 times. It has to be built the 3rd time. This 3rd time that temple is going to be built, it must be built. And 2 things must happen before it be built. The first thing is that Israel must move back to Jerusalem, meaning the capital must go back to Jerusalem, and the capital has already gone back to Jerusalem. The next thing is that they have to start building. But before they build, they need to find the foundation. Because right now, I see them struggling to find the foundation that Solomon dug. Those foundations that Solomon dug, they need to rebuild that foundation. Then they start building that temple. It's very expensive. It will take years to finish building. But Donald Trump has been placed there so that they start building the temple. Because the moment that temple will be finished, the moment that temple will be built and is going up, Jesus Christ will start making his return. Because that temple is the last thing that is remaining in the prophetic. The temple of Solomon is the last thing remaining in the prophetic. And Donald Trump is going to be used so that temple will be built. A year after the election, Israel is rebuilding the temple, and they'll be asking why they build the temple. They will even break down houses, that they are finding the foundation, and because they're finding the foundation, they want to start building the temple. They'll start breaking the houses, and you find out that temple will be built. And the moment that temple is built, that will be the end. Jesus Christ, the Messiah, is coming, and the rapture is going to happen, and Jesus Christ is going to make his way, because he's supposed to come and land there in Israel, and every eyes will see him in the clouds, like something like a light. And he will come there in Israel, and will land there in Israel. The temple is going to be standing there and be waiting for him, and there will be rabbis, there will be Christians, many people praying in that temple, waiting for Jesus. He's going to come back. Write to me at prophetpastoran@gmail.com. Those of you that want prophecy, want prayer, you want anything, write to me. I'm going to help you. I'm going to guide you. I'm going to assist you to become who God has made you to be. Lead into the prophetic, help you grow your ministry, help you grow your church, help you grow what you're doing. These are the days of Elijah, the last days, the days where things are about to change. These are the days. I'm speaking now under the unction of the Holy Ghost, the eyes of the prophet. I'm going to help you become who you want to be. Never give up, never give in, never tire, never retire, never back down. Keep going. Keep pursuing your dreams. Keep doing the things that people say you cannot do. Use your gift. Some of you have forgotten to use your gift. Use your gift. Make sure you get my book that will teach you how to use your gift. Don't use your intellect. Use your gift. God has given you gift. Use those gifts. Your intellect is what you can use in school, those kind of things. But after that, start using your gift. Polish your gift. Your gift is going to put you and place you among kings. Your gift. It's not about going to school. It's about your gift. And the moment you start to use your gift, things will begin to happen in your life like never before. Things will begin to shine in your life like never before. Your life will begin to transform. Your life will begin to expand. Things will begin to happen. The moment you start to use your gift, things will begin to happen. Never give up, never give in. Don't tire, don't give up. In Jesus' name, amen.